Black MAGA, is that you? Is that you? That ain't us. Is that y'all? That ain't even IMO. That ain't even IMO. I don't. Since when? Nate. Nah, it really smelled Trumpian now. No, it really smelled Trumpian now. Only thing would be crazier if they got a Lego video already. Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and I'm troubled.
He is ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great.
Too soon.
PSA for ABC. Don't interrupt my playoff game of watching the Nuggets and the Timberwolves to tell me about another fake assassination attempt that resulted in literally nothing. Please. Y'all can save that airtime. And I'm not even convinced that whole thing was real.
Wow. I mean, it's the first round. That's what we doing? Ain't like they interrupted day 3 of the NFL draft, and that's how we talking? They rushed the president off stage at the White House Correspondents Dinner. Y'all saw it? Staged event. He needs to keep his victimhood up. No, nonsense. He doesn't need this event to keep his victimhood up. He victimhoods just fine all by himself. Every time he opens up his mouth. Victimhood. That's what you talking about.
And Connecticut Avenue blocked off. The entire area around the hotel was blocked off. And in order to get back in here in this area where the ballroom is, you had to go through multiple layers of security. So for somebody to get in here with a weapon, they either somehow bypassed security or they knew a way in and might have been around security. Right. And if, as Brett said, whatever it was that happened came from a light box above a set of doors that I'm looking at right now, I don't know how you would access that, but it may be accessible from the floor above. And it may be that the layer of security on the floor above wasn't what it is here. So I would imagine that any opening that has access to this room would have been subject to heavy scrutiny.
We're supposed to believe someone got through massive security with a rifle and multiple magazines at the Washington Hilton during the White House Correspondents Dinner? Well, according to Fox News and Benny Johnson, Washington, D.C. is basically Fallujah. So from what right-wing media be telling me, this is just regular for D.C. So he probably blended in with all the other soldiers of the nation's capital. Fox News just cut one of their reporters off as they seem to indicate the shooting was a pre-planned false flag. Not on Fox News.
I want to just quickly tell you, I was sitting next to Caroline Levitt, the press secretary's husband. He was one of our guests. He was seated right next to me. And, right as the dinner was starting, the national anthem happened. And then he kind of leaned over and said, I watched you on TV. You do a great job. You need to be very safe. And he was just very serious when he said that to me. And he kind of looked around the room and he said, there are some...
Sounds like we lost Aisha's phone there. And this happens, by the way, especially when you have so many people attempting to utilize the same cell service at the same time.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
I think he meant like a general be safe. Like that's just something that an older person would tell a younger person. Be like when your grandparents told you to be safe, because they know what life has to offer you know, because you get older and all of a sudden your knees start acting up, you hit with a divorce. It just be safe out here. I would tell any of the younger people that.
Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God. Trump was rushed off the stage after possible shots fired at White House Correspondents Dinner. Oh my God. Oh my God. Is this true? Did it actually happen? Fuck no, it didn't happen. And you know how I know it didn't happen? You know how I know there was not a single risk to that guy? You know how I know? Because he immediately said this. Quite an evening in D.C. Secret Service and law enforcement did a fantastic job. They acted quickly and bravely. The shooter has been apprehended, and I have recommended that we let the show go on, but will entirely be guided by law enforcement. They will make a decision shortly. Regardless of that decision, the evening will be much different than planned, and we'll just plain have to do it again. If his life was at risk at any moment, he would be vilifying the imagined threat, who he thought was behind it. The far left radicals must be stopped. He would be saying some really inflammatory shit, okay? Because there was no actual threat at any point on his life, he's able to try to pretend to be a brave guy. Look at him. He's saying, let the show go on. We must give them the show. Remember what happened with the ear thing? He behaved exactly this way. Didn't vilify who he thought was responsible. He was like this really mature dude. A mature dude we've never seen. A leader. The first time he's ever sounded like a leader, right? Never fucking happened. And I mean never. I would caution anyone from believing anything that comes out about this. This is an administration that admits repeatedly their affinity for central casting. I'm so sick of this.
I think he was in shock. That's why that tweet was so reasoned and made so much sense, because he was in shock. His default setting is egomaniacal nonsense, but he was shaken into sensibility.
Okay, so you're telling me that Donald Trump has not attended the White House Correspondents Dinner in years, and now he decides to attend, and this happens. And all of a sudden, he's going to give a press briefing 30 minutes after an active shooter was in the same vicinity as him? Like, okay.
Oh, see, now he gave a press briefing because he just wanted to inspire the people. He wanted to make sure the people knew that he was safe and that this is something that they can build strength upon as Americans. You know, just like what happened in Butler.
The President of the United States, Kevin, will return. The event will go on, is what we're hearing from our team on the ground. He will return to the podium.
The President of the United States will return. The event will go on. Isn't it amazing how, just as a huge swath of the American public questions the Trump-Butler narrative, we get another manufactured fight moment? How did someone get a gun into the Correspondents' Dinner in the first place? That wasn't the Butler connection that I was making. That wasn't it. Trump promoted the Secret Service agent who held him up in Butler for the stage photo op to the head of the agency. Now you see why. Because he wanted somebody that he could share stories with. So when he tell his war stories, he got somebody that was there for all of them. That's why I think. Because he's good luck. Because I think he's good luck. Giving Trump's poll numbers and what went down in Butler, PA, I'm going with another MAGA false flag. 100% staged. Why else would Trump even be there? Everybody knows Trump loves comedy, so he has a great sense of humor, and he takes as well as he gives. So that's why this would be a natural. If y'all not gonna take this seriously, No, well, he's taking it seriously, and that's enough for me.
And we looked at all of the conditions that took place tonight, and I will say, you know, it's not a particularly secure building. And I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's a little bit different because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before.
He used this to push for the ballroom. I told you he liked comedy. I told you he with the jokes. Trump with the jokes. Grifters got their marching orders. Tonight is one more reason for the new White House Trump ballroom. Thank God President Trump is building a ballroom at the White House. This is why we need Trump's ballroom. We need the White House ballroom.
But wait, there's more.
I'll be honest, it's so effing funny to take this angle after another shooting attempt. It's just so shameless. Now you know why the left is suing to block Trump's privately funded White House ballroom, and this is why we need Trump's ballroom. That's shameless. Honestly, that's embarrassing right there. I couldn't imagine anything more shameless than using this to tweet about a ballroom.
General, thank you, Mr. President. The president's absolutely right. You saw the best resolve of American law enforcement because you, Mr. President, inspire them 24/7, 365. You give them the resources that they need, and they know that you have their back. And that is a changing dynamic in this country, and that's why you saw brave Secret Service agents respond immediately, swiftly, subdue and take down the suspect, and safeguard the lives of thousands of individuals at that hotel.
Dang, Cash, you ain't just want to jump into his lap for that? You saw what we saw, didn't you? Yeah, yes, you did. A top White House official tells me that Kash Patel is likely the next cabinet level official to go. It's only a matter of time, the official who was granted anonymity to discuss the sensitive matter told me. There are several reasons, the official said, but top among them is the number of negative stories centered on Patel is, quote, not a good look for a cabinet secretary, and Trump is fed up with the level of distraction.
Tires Patel! Crazy eyes! Let's go! Cash, Cash Patel! Crazy eyes! Let's go!
And now that I think about it, why were you even there, Cash? White House Correspondents Dinner has an open bar, so of course Kash Patel is there. I got it. That makes sense. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Madam Chairman, I just want to say you did a fantastic job. What a beautiful evening, and we're going to reschedule. Okay. And after that, it's very tough for her to ask a killer question, right? But you have done a fantastic job. Please.
Mr. President, I appreciate it. As you mentioned, it all happened so quickly, and I wonder, especially because unfortunately you have experience with these sorts of threats. In that moment, when you realized there was a threat and service agents were telling us to get down, can you describe what was going through your mind, how you were feeling in that moment?
That's a very good question, actually. It's always shocking when something like this happens. It's happened to me a little bit, and that never changes. The fact, we were sitting right next to each other, First Lady on my right, and I heard a noise and sort of thought it was a tray. I thought it was a tray going down. You know, I've heard that many times, and it was a pretty loud noise. And it was from quite far away. He hadn't breached the area at all. They really got him. But, so it was quite far away, but it was a gun. And some people really understood that pretty quickly. Other people didn't. I was watching to see what was happening. Probably should have gone down even faster. Melania was very cognizant, I think, of what happened. I think she knew immediately what happened. She was saying, that's a bad noise. And we were whisked away along with other people, but we were really whisked away. And again, the performance of the Secret Service and the police, all of the law enforcement, I thought was really good. So it was very quick. There wasn't a lot of time to be thinking, because it was a matter of seconds before we were out the door and gone into an area. We very much, and you wanted to too, we very much wanted to continue it, because I don't like to let these sick people, these thugs, these horrible, horrible people, change the fabric of our life, change the course of what we do. So we held out. You were there. We held out right till the end, but they didn't want to take a chance, and I understand there was protocol. But we're going to be doing one hopefully within the next 30 days or sooner, and I am ready, willing, and able, and I was all set to really rip it.
Did you just say you were ready to rip it? Are you talking about farts right now?
There's a report in the New York Post that this assailant assembled his weapon somewhere on site at the hotel. What do you think about that? And I ask respectfully, why do you think this keeps happening to you?
Well, you know, I've studied assassinations, and I must tell you, the most impactful people, the people that do the most, you take a look at the people, Abraham Lincoln, I mean, you go through the people that have gone through this, where they got them. But the people that do the most, the people that make the biggest impact, they're the ones that they go after. They don't go after the ones that don't do much, because they like it that way.
Oh, the people that make the biggest impact, because that's what you do. Yep, that is what you do. That is 100% true. And while we're on the topic of the suspect.
Again, I'm Jeff Carroll, Interim Chief of Police for the Metropolitan Police Department. This afternoon and this evening, members of the United States Secret Service and the Metropolitan Police Department were here at the Washington Hotel for a site detail for the Correspondents Dinner. As the mayor mentioned, at approximately 8:36 tonight, an individual charged a U.S. Secret Service checkpoint here in the lobby area of the hotel. He was armed with a shotgun, a handgun, and multiple knives. As he ran through that checkpoint, members of law enforcement from the United States Secret Service intercepted that individual. This is a very preliminary investigation at this point. We do know that law enforcement exchanged gunfire with the individual. We do know that a U.S. Secret Service uniformed division officer was struck in his vest. He was transported to a local hospital for treatment. He seems to be in good spirits at this time. The suspect in this case, he was not struck by gunfire. However, he was transported to a local hospital to be evaluated.
A shotgun, a handgun, and multiple knives? Where was he going? Berry Farms? He going out to Waldorf? Like what you? That don't make no type of logical sense right there. Hey, unless you in Contra, what is that?
I figured it out. We're bombing Iran at 3 a.m. I don't know about you guys, but I might be going over to Poly Market to make a few wagers. I'll see you guys in a minute. Now, I want you to watch this video President Trump just posted. What you're watching here, this is the shooter, and he comes running out of a back room. So he went into some back room, assembled a shotgun, a foldable shotgun, and somehow did this without looking suspicious, I guess, and then had a handgun and a shotgun, and then basically went sprinting past Secret Service. Now, if you were going to go through all of this trouble, and you really wanted to hurt people, all he had to do was make it to the ballroom. All he had to do was bring multiple mags. He could have had mags lined all up his jacket. He could have them all in his backpack. He could have took them in his backpack, went into that same room, put them all into suit pockets. He could have had a custom suit pocket that would hold multiple mags. And he could have just gotten a secure spot in that room, in that ballroom, and just started opening fire and taking out so many people. He could have started with Trump and then just went down the line. Now, I can't wrap my head around why you would bring a foldable shotgun and then go sprinting past Secret Service when there was obviously no security. Wasn't even fucking paying attention. They were all walking around thinking everybody was invited, everybody was supposed to be there, but yet there was no security at the door. So after 2 assassination attempts already, one with a bullet going, if you believe it, through his ear, because he turned his head at the perfect split second, like that just seems like such bullshit to me. The flag lowering, the cameraman getting moved into position, the dude with the video that takes the magic bullet shot with a shutter speed of 128 thousandths of a millisecond. And here we are with this shit again here today. Something's not right. Something doesn't sit right. Something smells like shit yet again. Something just smells like Trump. We're just going to call Trump shit from now on. So what the fuck is going on? Anybody want to take a shot at it? How long does this psyop play out? Are we bombing Iran tonight, which is most likely going to happen? Yeah, it's Saturday. It's 11:03. We're bombing Iran tonight.
It definitely smells like something. I can tell you that. It definitely smells like something. And unfortunately, it looks like we'll never get to the bottom of this. Oh, y'all ain't heard? Authorities were seen rushing to the scene where shots were fired at the White House Correspondents Dinner in Washington, D.C. The suspect has been confirmed dead. Wait a minute. Is that's Dom Lucra who posted that? He posted that the suspect was dead? Oh, they alive. Believe that. If that's what he said, they alive. Trust and believe. From the president himself, there we see the suspect on the ground being cuffed. Black MAGA, is that you? Is that you? That ain't us. Is that y'all? That ain't even IMO. That ain't even IMO. I don't. Since when? Nate. Nah, it really smelled Trumpian now. No, it really smelled Trumpian now. Only thing would be crazier if they got a Lego video already.
Yeah. White House dinner just went down. Had to control everything. LMAO. But did you? Drama still hit anyway. No comedians. Snowflake, ego so fragile, can't handle the smoke.
And I'll be honest, I can never support no comedians. I can never support no comedian. How did they know that? Man.
Hire the mentalist so you don't get roasted, bro. Control the whole show. You the only one to blame. No comedians. Super fragile snowflake, country going broke. MAGA waking up, they see the joke. You control the video, but you don't control Iran. Yeah. Before the meal, no food, no crumbs on the plate. Prices too high, empty plates, political pie in the sky. Shots fired, whole place got swatted out. SWAT team rushed in, Chicken Little freaking out. Ballroom is the stage, exit is the cue. Trick up your sleeve, didn't get the survivors to leave. Dapper change, cover up, staging the whole scene. Every time your polls drop low, you pull the same scheme. No comedians.
Ooh. Even the Lego makers are calling that. Next thing you gonna tell me that staged is trending. Trump is going for staged assassination attempt again. Blame it on Iran. I will put 25% chance on this play. Trump has lost all global respect such that he had allies and enemies alike laughing at him. What's the date on that? April 13th. Hey, Trump, it's looking bad out here. They not going. Just like the Melania movie, they not going. I want to thank you guys so much for watching the video. Truthfully, without your support, I wouldn't be here. In fact, let's take a moment to give credit to the one that led us all here. Trump. I know it's Trump. He led us right to the, further back. Rupert Murdoch. Definitely Rupert Murdoch, cause he gave us Trump. Further back. Al Green, cause he invented the internet and it's been all downhill ever since. Ronald Reagan. It gotta be Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan and Reaganomics. Nixon. I know it's Nixon because he came up with the Southern strategy. It got to be Nixon. Woodrow Wilson. It's got to be Woodrow. That was the first time that the supremacist was all up in the White House. Andrew Johnson. Because Andrew Johnson, he the one that messed up Reconstruction. So I know it got to be Andrew Johnson. Cain from Cain and Abel. Yeah. We ain't been right since Cain lost his mind. No, I'm talking about mothers. Mothers like Crystal, who sent me this message. I wanted to reach out and share how much of an inspiration you are to my two sons, Kahir and Kamani. Even at the ages of 7 and 8, they find great value and quality in the content you create. As a single mother raising two young brown, aka black men, I feel it's incredibly important for them to see successful role models who look like them. My oldest son, Kahir, is so inspired he recently decorated his room to resemble your studio. My youngest son is particularly motivated by your diamond play button. Honestly, I never paid attention to it till they brought it to my attention. Both boys are now working to build their own channel and create content aspiring to follow in your footsteps. Thank you for being such a positive influence on them. Now, first of all, I haven't gotten my diamond play button yet. They might beat me to that one, but let me see them jerseys. You let him get a Falcons jersey? You don't think he too young to sign up for that kind of pain? I don't know. Falcons, that's crazy at that age. That's crazy at that age. But you know what, Crystal? I can take absolutely no credit for my influence because that comes from you, and give yourself the credit for raising such fine young gentlemen. And what did your mama always tell you? Huh? What? Clean draws. Vote. Your mama didn't tell you to vote? Oh, maybe that was just growing up in DC. Brother, We'll take it from Florissa in Texas, who wrote, I'ma wear this to the voting center in my very Republican state tomorrow to vote because I need to know who raised them. I watch you every day. Keep up the good work. And you do the same, Florissa. That is exactly the connection that I wanted to make. Civic responsibility and embodying the compassion and love of a mother. Vote like a mother. That is all the stuff that we're rolling out for Mother's Day over at thepeoplesgetup.com. And by the way, it's not just, vote like a mug, like actively vote, but vote with that compassion and care. Vote like you got some sense. That's what I'm saying. We wouldn't have had none of them people that I named in the beginning if y'all voted like y'all have some sense.
He's right,
But here we got bags here, because I know y'all be handing your mother just about everything. We got crop tops here. That's not what I'm wearing right now. It's full on the bottom. And we got tumblers for everything from water to wine, because I've seen it firsthand. Y'all deserve it. In fact, a lot more than that. You order now, you can get it in time for this Mother's Day. And don't forget to send your pics to me at admin@ReeseWaters.com.